And so here is the BlackBerry Passport. What we're going to be doing today is just talking about the specs, showing off a couple of the features, and then comparing this to the Q10. On the front over here on the top right, we can see a front-facing camera. This is 2 megapixels with 720p video recording. The screen itself is 4.5 inches at 453 pixels per inch. That's the 453 ppi. The resolution itself is 1440 by 1440. Yes, it's a perfect square. The keyboard itself is slightly different compared to the usual keyboards because it's wider and it's got 3 rows rather than the 4 rows. Basically what they've done is rather than have the spacebar at the bottom over here, the spacebar is now on the same row as the third keys. And now I'm really interested to see how I'm going to get along just simply using this. I can tell you already holding it, you're going to need to do the effect that I do where you have your pinkies sticking out just to hold it to give it a little bit more stability. Maybe you don't have to, but I think that's the most comfortable position. Of course, we've got also the earphone on the very top. On the right hand side of the phone, we've got the volume buttons and then we've also got the convenience key. On the back of the phone, you'll see that it's got the matte effect rather than the carbon fiber, and yes, this does have that gummy, jelly feeling to it. It gives you a good grip, but it also seems to attract fingerprints very easily. I've only removed the plastic literally a few minutes ago. On the top over here, I'm going to talk about that later on, but just you'll observe that this is sticking out a little bit. I did that on purpose. And then we've also got the main camera over here. So you got the main camera, and above it you've got the flash. The main camera is 13 megapixels, and interestingly enough, it's got optical image stabilization. If you watched my other videos, you'll know how important optical image stabilization is to getting a sharper image and also to help with the video recording too. It removes the shakes. So thumbs up there. On the left hand side, we've got nothing. It's just pure smoothness, and I'm going to talk about the side in a second. And then on the bottom, we've got the micro USB and speakers. And on the top, we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and we've also got the power switch. Now I'm going to talk about 2 things. First of all, if we take a look at the sides, now we've got the metallic side, we've got the rubberized plastic back, we've got the Gorilla Glass and screen, so we've got all the phone elements, so to speak. So it also feels quite solid. It's really, the quality of this is pretty amazing. Even the screen, one of the things that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, but also the edge of the screen does have that curvature similar to an iPhone or even a Nokia Lumia device. Most of their Nokia Lumia devices do have that. So I like that a lot. One thing that's changed that's very important for you to know is that you no longer have a removable battery. And having talked about the battery, it's 3,450 milliamps. Based on tests, based on the stuff that I read online, this has one of the best batteries out there for a phone. And again, a lot of people expect long battery life off of a BlackBerry device. So what's this, you ask me? Khalifa, what is that? I'll tell you what it is. Basically, you put your finger in here, you pull this off, and this tray comes off. So you can't remove the full backing. But what you can do is remove the top, pop in your SIM card, and also pop in your SD card. It also uses a nano SIM, so that's the same SIM that's in phones like the iPhone, even the Lumia, so that's pretty cool, or the 930. So yeah, if you're using one of those phones, it's easy for you just to pop that in. Then again, if you've got an adapter, it's easy just to take a nano SIM and put it into an adapter. So I just wanted to show you that, and that's what it looks like. Let me just quickly close that. In terms of weight, it's 196 grams. In terms of overall dimensions, it's 128 millimeters wide, 90.3 millimeters tall, and only 9.3 millimeters thick. Now you might say, hey, 9.3, that sounds like it's quite thick, it's quite a lot. Actually, based on the way that they've designed it, they've constructed this, and based on the overall size of the phone, yeah, it feels quite slim. In terms of the processor, it uses a quad-core 2.26 gigahertz Crate 400, that's Snapdragon 801. So that's pretty nice to see that they've given us those, the feature. In terms of internal memory, we've got 32 gigabytes, and of course, as I mentioned, you can insert the micro SD card. And micro SD cards these days come up to 128 gigabytes anyway. In terms of internal RAM, it's got 3 gigabytes of RAM. Pretty cool. Now, before I show off some features, let's show off the phone next to a Q10. So this is, and I'm just going to wipe this phone just for a second, this is what the phone looks like side by side. It's a very big size difference, and actually I always thought that this had one of the best size, still one of the, you know what, to me this is the best designed BlackBerry. I really like the way that it looks. On the back of this, it had more of that ribbed feeling to it, but now we've got that that matte, gummy, grippy black. And of course, this phone also comes in black and white, just as this came in black and white. And I remember reading online as of the time that apparently a gold-plated version might be coming out. So yeah, if you like gold, look forward to that. And of course, let me just hold down the keyboard side by side. You can see that the overall height of the 3 rows is almost identical, except now we've lost the bottom row over here. As you can see with the screen, it's a massive difference. Let me show you the thickness. And let me just put this phone to the center of this phone so that you can see the size difference. So I'm going to put this phone to the side for just a moment, and I want to share some cool features. So turning on this phone, you'll see that we've got the tutorial on screen, and we're going to just get a little bit closer in here in just a moment, and you'll see that the keyboard itself is also touch sensitive, so it's pretty cool. And the reason why they've done this is also to stop, give you less of a reason to actually touch the screen, so you can use more of the keyboard and see more content on the screen itself. And of course, if you swipe up and down, you can swipe up and down for content, which is pretty great. So here's another example of how you can use the keyboard. And so, for example, just by touch. So if I wanted to delete something, all I need to do is just swipe to the left and it deletes it. Here's also a very cool feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap there. And now I've got the virtual row right up here. If I hold on Shift and then I swipe, it enables me to highlight simply using the keyboard. A very cool feature. Let's exit. And what else is there to show you? Of course, you've got the hub over here. This is something that's very important. You swipe to the right to see your app drawer. You pull down so that you can get your quick settings, and as you've seen, you swipe up so that you can close or go home. So let's go ahead and tap on the camera button. Let's take a look at the camera. I'm going to focus for just a second. It takes a second to focus, but taking a picture is near instant, which is pretty cool. One of the other things I wanted to do, let's just swipe up to remove the app or close the app and put it into a card mode. When I pulled down earlier, what I should have also mentioned is the fact that because it's got a bigger screen, now we actually can see so much more content. So it's pretty nice. I also like the fact that we've got a quick toggle for a torch right over there. One app that I wanted to show you is this, BlackBerry Blend. Obviously I haven't paired this with any device yet, but what this does is that it brings the BlackBerry experience to your computer or tablet, access your work and personal messages, notifications, documents. Let me just go back really quick, you can read that fast. Calendar, contacts, and media on any device you are using by connecting it to your BlackBerry. So that was pretty cool, and you can do this over Wi-Fi, you can do it wirelessly, or you can do it via USB as well. So I'm interested to play with this, and I would like to know, what is your feedback? If you have played with this feature, did you like it? So there you guys go. That was just a quick look at the specs and also comparison, to the Q10 side by side. I hope that you liked this video. If you've got any questions, ask me in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer as fast as possible. And yeah, let me know. So is this the phone that's going to get you to come back to BlackBerry if you left? Is it a phone that you BlackBerry fans are super excited to be upgrading to? Do you have all of the features and functionality that you were looking forward to? Let me know again, as I said, in the comment section below. Thank you so much for all of the support. If you're interested in the device, you can just visit www.vodafone.qa or visit any Vodafone store, and we'll be more than happy to help. Take care.